Hey, I thought I'd shoot a video on my way back now. Hopefully it records. I'm still getting used to this dash cam thing here. I'm not entirely sure how much video I can shoot. I know that my memory card is 8 gigs, but what that translates into an actual file size of at least 10 minutes, I do not know at this point in time. So I thought I'd at least record something on the way back and see how it goes. Yeah, I ran to the dollar store because I had to, I'm going to clean my apartment a little bit today. I was running low on some cleaning supplies. I also picked up a DoShine while I was there. Some of you may recall that I actually did a review of DoShine a couple weeks ago, and it definitely, well, ironically, it passed the Pepsi test when it took the Pepsi challenge, I guess. It is a Pepsi product, so that makes sense. Yeah, maybe take a look here, a little bit of we're going out to its mentor. It's been a pretty laid back New Year's so far. As you can probably tell, I didn't go back to Pennsylvania this weekend. I was debating it, but I'm probably going to go back next weekend. Kenny's playing Saturday, so I might head out to that gig. You know, I tell Zach a lot. I find myself going back to Pennsylvania quite a bit. There's definitely parts of myself that are still back there. You know, I at least make it back twice a month. No, a lot of the people I work with pretty well, but it's difficult coming out to an area that you don't necessarily have social ties prior. You know, it's not like I came out with a wife or anything either. That helps, I assume. But, you know, I really look at, you know, I'm out on an adventure here, you know. I look at all these parts of my life as little adventures. You know, the fact that, you know, some kid from Houtzdale, PA, you know, came out to Cleveland, you know, for career purposes, you know, to me that's pretty adventurous. I'm trying to make up my own words here. I've been working, and I might do a podcast, an audio podcast on this pretty soon, because I'm in the process of writing up an essay about the 1990s, kind of. Because I grew up in the 1990s, but it's examining why a lot of media that we have right now does not use the 1990s for set and setting. You know, you have movies like American Graffiti that took place in the late 50s, early 60s, or that 70s show that obviously took place in the 1970s, but we have really no media now that takes place back in the 1990s. I think it's a time period with a very distinct identity. Of course, there's always the fear that, and I address this in the essay, that something becomes overtly nostalgic and cheapens the entire artistic piece in the name of nostalgia. That was one thing that the writers of that 70s show were very smart about. Originally, if you watch the first season, it's obvious that they're trying to make it a novel thing that is taking place in the 1970s, and you have all these pop culture references. But that novelty would eventually wear off, so they really focused on good writing, good joke telling, good characters. And that's why it's a timeless show now. I think that's why that 80s show kind of bombed. I only watched a couple episodes, but the writing just wasn't as good. And it's trying to play up the 1980s setting way too much. There's the gas station there. You can see that. $1.89. I don't like about where I live is stores and restaurants. They're close, but they're not in such proximity that I can just, run over in 5 minutes and be back. When I was living in Brooklyn, in Cleveland, actually I could do that. If I wanted to go grab a pizza, a pizza was 4 minutes away. Here, you're looking at probably a 10 to 20 minute ordeal, depending on what you want to do. I live literally right across from the mall, and there's some restaurants and things like that around, but it's not as convenient as it could be. I'm looking forward to summer. I've never been a winter person. I don't like snow. I don't like the cold. I don't like the days. I don't like 8 hours of daylight or whatever it is we have. Luckily we've got through the winter solstice, so the days should start getting longer here. Gets warm and maybe I'll do one of these video logs on the way to the lake. Not that far from the lake. I've always kind of had a nautical vibe about things. I'm not a very materialistic person, but I'd love to own a boat. Traffic's pretty decent today. Traffic's never bad on this road, but sometimes it's slow moving. There's a lot of families that live around here as well. Not really a hip single person type of